Emily, it is great to see you. It was so funny. I was watching TV. I saw you on television promoting your album, going, what's she doing here in the city? And then when we hooked up this morning and spoke, you had me come down to this incredible room where I guess you're rehearsing?
We just started our rehearsals for the tour. We're rehearsing for 3 days, and then we hit the road on Monday for a whole month.
That's pretty incredible. Look, we've done hundreds of interviews, okay? I've seen you looking gorgeous on the red carpet. We've sat down and done interviews. I've never seen you boss lady the way you are in here when you're working with these great folks. Explain exactly what is going on with everybody. And like I said, you are boss lady in here.
Yeah, I'm boss lady. I'm in my rehearsal chic right now. We're at the Root Down studio, and as I said, we're beginning 3 days of rehearsal. I'm taking on the road my regular group, Red Schwager on guitar, Kelly Jefferson on saxophone, Dan Fortin on bass, Fabio Ragnelli on drums, and Amanda Tosoff on keyboard, on piano. And we have Ben Malone, who's going to be doing our tour managing and sound for us. And so this is the first time that we're playing the tunes from the record live.
I'm going to get to the record in a second, which I think is very, very cool. But you know what I just found so funny was, like, I've never actually sat in on a rehearsal before like this. You guys speak a completely different language. I'm here, okay, do 4, can you put the, like, I'm just standing here going, what the hell is going on?
It's so true, and I think we don't even think about that as musicians, but it is its own language. And a lot of this album is in French. It's a mix of French and English, but I spend a lot of time in Quebec, and I'm learning the language. I'm getting there. But when I'm around musicians in Quebec, I'm totally lost because they're speaking their version of the musical language, and it's true. It's kind of amazing, actually.
And the other thing I've always noticed lately too, when I grew up, it was sheet music that you followed, but it was paper. It's different these days, isn't it?
It is. It's still a transition. We have about half of us here that want paper charts and half that are using an iPad. And I actually just bought myself an iPad Pro, and it's difficult. I really do like paper and a pencil, but I'm trying to embrace the technology, because to be able to have the charts anywhere and send the charts and make notes on them, and it's using technology for good and not evil.
It is crazy, but what's crazy though, your new album, you got to show everybody. There we go.
Right. There it is. Yep. There she is.
Now, I'm horrible with French, so you have to tell me exactly what the album's called, and then the English version.
Okay, so it's called Lumière d'hiver, which means winter lights. And really, the spirit of this album is about, I would say that I'm a person that doesn't like the cold. I prefer the heat, and I don't love the winter, the short days and the long nights. But the winter lights, specifically, I've spent a lot of time touring in Quebec, and if you've been to Quebec City in the winter, it's like a magical fairyland. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's really the spirit of the record, is how the memories of, driving in the car as a family when we were kids and looking at all the houses when they put their Christmas lights up. And it's a collection of some old songs that we all know, White Christmas, and Noël Blanc, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and then some new stuff. And I actually wrote 3 originals on this album. So that's a first for me.
Congratulations. First, is it all in French, or is it French and English? And then second, how difficult is it to write a Christmas song when you know there are so many traditional songs that have become classics?
Well, there are 10 songs in French and 4 in English, which really makes our Christmas show completely bilingual, because I have another holiday album that I released 11 years ago, Rudy. You remember Winter Wonderland? And that one was all in English. It's difficult for me. I would have no comparison, because these are the first songs that I've actually written. They just happen to be about winter. I tried not to put too much weight on it in terms of trying to write a classic. I just wanted to write a song that was expression of what I wanted to say, and musically that represented what I like to listen to. And I would say that this album is definitely a pop jazz kind of a genre, if we have to put it in a genre. There are some songs that are just straight up pop songs. They've got choruses. They've got a form of a pop song that I like. I love that when you're listening to a tune on the radio and the chorus comes up, or a bridge that sets up a good chorus. That's a very pop kind of thing musically. So It's a mix of jazz and pop, sophisticated chords and things like that.
Other than writing a Christmas song, what other challenges did you have with this album? By the way, from what I heard with the rehearsals, oh my God, your voice sounds great.
Thank you so much. I really loved making this album. The last record that I made, Clear Day, I loved making it, but it was an epic project. We went to Holland and recorded with the Metropole Orchestra, and it was just very very challenging, but incredibly rewarding. But this process was a lot lighter, I enjoyed the fear of writing an original song and how you have to learn that mistakes often lead to the best thing you could have imagined, and to not get bogged down in that. One of the challenges of this album, I would say, is we had people recording in all different places. I was in Mexico. I had some of these guys recording here in Toronto. I had people recording in Montreal. Again, we were using technology for good and trying to piece it together that way.
It's crazy. And it all worked out with this. So are you going to get a chance to tour this during the holidays?
Absolutely. We leave on Monday, so we leave the 27th, we start the tour, and we're going all the way through till December 26th. In fact, we're playing on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in Tokyo.
Okay. Did you ever think in a million years, with your stellar career, that on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, hey, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to be with the family, going to, have turkey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do? I'm going to Tokyo and perform. Come on.
Well, in fact, 11 years ago, when Winter Wonderland came out, we got invited to go and play at the Cotton Club in Tokyo. And that was my first visit ever to Japan. And Kelly was with me and Reg was with me, and we played right over the holiday season. So this is kind of like we get a reprise, but with the new album.
Incredible. As we speak, of course, 2017 slowly coming to an end. 2018 is happening. What's going to be happening with you during 2018? Is there going to be another album in the works? And also, are we going to see you at the Juno Awards in Vancouver? Because somehow, some way, you're always there.
Well, that's not up to me, so...
Did you see that look?
I don't know. That's a mystery, but I am going to be taking a bit of a break. I mean, I have some shows. I'm going to the Port-au-Prince Jazz Festival in January, but I'm going to probably not be playing in Canada for a little bit after that. We have this tour is pretty much my mind, my heart, my energy is with this tour. We're heading Maritimes. We have 4 or 5 shows: Fredericton, Moncton, St. John, Halifax, and we come all the way through Quebec. I think we have about 10 or 15 shows in Quebec, and then we are playing Kerner Hall on December 17th and Partridge Hall in St. Catharines on the 18th. So it's a lot of shows. It's probably the most that I've ever actually strung together. It's about 27 in total. And to have the same band for the whole run, it's an absolute luxury. So I'm really just trying to stay in the moment, and we'll see what happens in the new year. I'll be tired, though, that's for sure.
Okay, before we go, because I know you got to get back to rehearsals, any New Year's resolutions? Already thinking about that?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, wow. I'd like to get back to playing piano. It's something that I played piano when I was younger, and I did the conservatory method, and I use it as an arranging tool, but it's really utilitarian for me. I'd like to play piano for enjoyment, and so I think I might go back to doing a bit of studying. That's a resolution.
Would love to see that and hear that too. Website, Twitter, all that social media stuff. Where do we go to follow you?
Well, I'm probably going to be doing some Facebook Live on the tour, so Facebook is a great place to find me. Also, I'm on Instagram, and it's just Emilie-Claire Barlow, EC Barlow on Twitter. I'm there.
Fantastic. Congratulations on the new album. Happy holidays, and cross fingers, I'll be seeing you at the Junos in Vancouver.
Thank you so much. So nice to see you.